Hey guys, how's it going? So, week 5, and this weekend was Halloween weekend. Um, so, Monday. Monday, my bio substrate class was very interesting. Not in the fact that not in the way that I learned new material, but in the way that I had that particular class is a second year class, and my professor went over how to write an essay, which I've found really interesting because you would think that people in university would know how to do such a thing, um, but apparently they don't, or they don't know how to do a good job of it. So in that class, I sit with the other international students. There's only 5 of us, and we're all from America, but we're the only ones who sit in the front, and that's what we do, sit in the front. And we were all just kind of looking at each other, going, "What? Why is she going over this?" I mean, okay, I guess it's a nice refresher, but really? So, but that was interesting, being taught how to kind of essay and, you know, yes, you should use APA because this is a psychology class, and yes, you need to learn to paragraph when you write, and um, here's your intro, have a thesis. Don't forget to answer the whole question. Actually, answer the question, not just tell me what you know about the subject, but answer the question. And it was it was entertaining, I guess. Um, but anyway, that was pretty much Monday, um, and then Tuesdays are my days off, so I don't have any class or anything. I don't remember what I did, if I did anything. Um, but Wednesday, I had a coffee meeting, which is awesome. So it went well. Yay for new friendships. Woo! Um, and then also Wednesday is my London theater class. So this week we went to see Jerusalem, um, which for that particular play, there's the setting is one setting throughout the entire play, and it's about this guy who's like a drug addict dealer in this little town or mobile area, and they're trying to kick him out. And there was like a little side plot of um, a girl went missing and they were trying to find her, um, and but I didn't quite catch what the bigger part of the story was. It was kind of confusing. I feel a little in I don't know, I guess kind of stupid for not knowing what's going on, but I just don't. I feel like it was more character driven. Like it was just a building of characters, and it kind of told a little story about the character, but there wasn't like a ginormous. There wasn't like a plot to the whole book, or the whole performance, or play, or production. Um, so that was um, interesting. It was long. It was 3 hours, and it had 2 intermissions. But and then we had seats really really high up because it was like one of the only places in the West End, which in the West End is where a lot of theaters are, a lot of mainstream theaters go. So, um, but yeah, but it was a good night. Um, and then Thursday, yes, Thursday I barely survived my topics in neuropsychology class because Wednesday night I didn't get a lot of sleep. Didn't sleep very well, um, and so I was tired, and uh, I barely stayed awake. I was doing whatever I could to not fall asleep, and I feel really really bad, because it's just not the kind of person I am to want to fall asleep in class. Um, but we did learn things about more things about blind sight and neglect. Um, Neglect being somebody who just doesn't recognize or acknowledge one side of their brain, generally because it's been damaged in one way or the other, and just going over that. Um, and then I did get to take a nap in between classes, which is good, because in my developmental cognitive neuroscience class, we were going over epigenetics, which is really interesting, and it's epigenetics is like determines how much like how much RNA is made, or like how much of a certain protein is made or synthesized and when. So um, it's like when you have a whole strand of DNA, right? You have lots of DNA, and then your genes are pretty much like the proteins that are being made. And so we don't, all of our genes are not made all of the time, um, which is like how we grow older and stuff. And so epigenetics is like how much of protein and when, or, like which gene comes out and when, in a nutshell. But yes, um, Friday was awesome. I went with my CIEE travel group to go see a comedian. He's Irish, and Jason uh, Jason Barn, at the Hammersmith Apollo Theater. It was hilarious. It was being filmed for his DVD. That was really cool. And I've never gone to see a live comedian, and we had pretty good seats, but he was hilarious. He would do things right off the bat and go off script, and I mean, he didn't have like a set script. I'm sure he had like sets of like jokes or whatever things that he was supposed to say, but I mean, like a couple of guys like got up and left to go to the bathroom or something, and he saw that, and he's like, wait, where are you going? And they just kept going, and then he made everybody change seats, so that when they came back to find their seats, they weren't there anymore. That was hilarious. Lots and lots and lots of sexual innuendos, and there was a kid, a 13, there was a 13-year-old kid sitting in the front row with his parents, and he was like, "Oh, how am I supposed to make jokes now?" Blah 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 blah. It was quite funny. It was amazing. But that was a lot of fun. And I tried to go early because that was gonna be like my dinner night out. I even brought a book. But there wasn't anything really by that particular theater, and eating at the theater wasn't all that great. So, but yeah, it was good. And then Saturday night, I did a scary movie night with the girl I had the coffee meeting with. So her name's Allie, and that was a lot of fun. Although the movies weren't very scary. Carrie is not a very scary movie. In fact, it's old enough, and it's more of something that's funny and to be made fun of. And then she chose Jurassic Park, which I don't find scary, but it makes her jump. And then 28 Days Later, which is a British zombie film, which was really good. Again, not very scary, or at least I don't think so. But it was good. As long as they're not Chucky movies, I'm good. I can't watch Chucky movies. Bad jujubes. And then, Saturday during the day, I went to Camden Town, which is kind of like my CIE coordinator said that I'd fit in really, really well. It's not, I don't want to call it the gay part of town. I just, not hipster and not new age. It's kind of is the gay part of town without being the gay part of town. But they have this really big market area. So there's always stalls open. You can find a whole bunch of stuff. Like they have antique shops and secondhand stores.